Is too good to miss. Get your $20 gift certificate for only $10 today.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Well, mostly cloudy. Good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, as we wind down 2023. Everybody's looking forward to the new year, so we'll just keep pressing on, and hopefully by the time the day is all done, you'll have everything wrapped up so you can enjoy the weekend. We are looking for the weather conditions to cool down just a little bit. Quite frankly, over the last 24 to 48 hours, our temperatures really haven't changed all that much. Matthew, what are we looking at right now on the thermometer?
Well, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 41. Over in Midland, it's also cloudy at 41. Here at Radio Center, we have some drizzle at 41. We have north winds at 6 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.77, and it's steady. And
eventually what's going to happen over the next 24 hours is that wind direction is going to change a little bit. Out of the north right now, the northwest tonight, but again, under 10 miles per hour. And during the day tomorrow, we'll have a little bit more of a westerly flow, which means we're going to have a lot better chance of seeing some sun. And then tomorrow night, we'll actually have a southwest breeze. But throughout this entire, next 2-3 days, we're not anticipating much of anything in the way of precipitation or strong gusty winds. It's going to be just a pretty calm, lackadaisical type of weather pattern that we're going to be watching. But the nice thing about it is the clouds are going to begin to thin out. Some of you might have seen a little bit of sun here over the morning hours. Clouds did thin for a little while. Now it's covered back up again. We are seeing some precipitation moving from the east and the northeast, dropping down into the west and the southwest part of the lower peninsula. And that's going to be pretty much the pattern for the remainder of the day as a low pressure system, very weak, is moving across the southern tier, the south central tier of counties here in the lower peninsula. And eventually all of that is going to be moving in an east-southeasterly direction. So later on this afternoon, especially tonight, the clouds are really going to thin off. And our wind direction, as I said, is going to be changing as well. Couple of systems affecting the weather. A low pressure system over Nova Scotia. That is generating some remnants of rain and also some snow in the northeastern part of the continental United States, mostly in Maine, although they are seeing some snow coming down in Vermont and New Hampshire. And the temperatures obviously are cooler there than what they are here. Now, there is another low pressure system that's forming. It's, I want to say up in Canada, north of Montana. That low eventually is going to move across the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and by Sunday, it's going to be crossing the lower peninsula. So that is the reason why we are going to have not only clouds in the forecast for Sunday, but also a chance of some rain mixed with and changing into snow. Snow shower activity is going to be possible on New Year's Eve day and New Year's Eve. But moving into New Year's Day, partly cloudy skies, temperatures will be in the middle 30s. So what are we looking at right now? Maybe a degree up from where we are. Let's call it 43 degrees by the time the day is all done. Mostly cloudy skies, a break here and there of the clouds as we go through the afternoon as that low pressure system moves away from us. During the night tonight, thinning clouds, and the temperature will be a little bit cooler. We've been looking at low temperatures the past few nights in the upper 30s to low 40s. We're going to drop down to about 31, maybe 32 degrees with the clouds thinning out. That will allow that temperature to drop. Where should we be? 20 for this time of the year. So even with a cooler evening tonight, we're still about 10 to 12 degrees above normal. During the day tomorrow, partly sun. There will be some thin clouds around, a light southwest breeze, 39 for a high, 32 for a low tomorrow night. Then on Sunday, as we said, a clipper system is going to be crossing the state. So we're looking at more in the way of clouds, 37 for a high, 27 for a low on New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Day, partly cloudy skies, 36 for a high, clear skies on Monday night, 28 for a low. Then moving into the work week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, partly to mostly sunny throughout the period, although the clouds will be a little bit thicker on Wednesday and Thursday. Our temperatures will be from the mid 30s to 40 degrees during that period of time. So we're still going to be running above normal on those temperatures. Average high for this time of the year is 32. The normal low is 20. Record high in this state, 59, set in 1984. Incidentally, the warmest ever, December the 29th, was 1984. 59 was our high, 31 was our low. The record low on this date is 5 below zero. That was set in 1933, and that was the coldest ever, December the 29th. Our high was 7, and our low was 5 below zero. A year ago today, 49 was our high, 36 was our low. We had no precipitation to talk about. And as of right now, we are roughly, we're in the top 5 as far as snowless Decembers. The least amount of snow ever in a December was no snow, and that was set in 1943. And so far at MBS International, they claim that we've had a couple inches of snow. Some of you over in Michigan's Thumb and along the Lake Huron shoreline have picked up more than that. But everybody, for the most part, is not looking at any white anywhere. Sun will set this evening at 5:08, rise tomorrow morning at 8:09. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 11th. Temperatures slightly above normal for this time of the year. Precipitation pattern will be at or below normal as well for this time of the year. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West and Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to all of that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Along with us right now, Matthew, we have Gary Kaufman at Star of the West.
Yes, we do. Mr. Gary, how are you doing today?
Gary, how's things going?
Good morning, gentlemen. Doing well, thank you.
Oh, good. Wrapping things up, are we today? Full day of trading, I'm assuming.
Yep, full day of trading today, the last trading day of 2023, as we all know. And it went by pretty quick.
Well, I guess so. And I think for some folks, they're breathing a sigh of relief that we're done with 2023. It's been a real wild year when it comes to our futures contracts, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a challenge. I looked just here this morning, Terry, our 52-week range from high to low on wheat was $2.81, on corn it was $1.68, and on soybeans was $2.83. So, we had a high in corn is 636, and of course today March futures are trading at 472. And the low was what was it, 468. So we're not far off from our yearly low on corn today. Soybeans, the 52-week high for March futures was 14.28. The low was 11.45, and today March futures are at $13. So we're at kind of the lower mid-range of that. And then wheat, we had a high of 837 and a low of 556, and today we're trading 623. So a lot of wild swings, and I'm sure with 2024 being an election year, Terry, we're going to see more in the new year.
Oh boy. Thanks for reminding us. I'll
Just
tell
a
you.
heads
Yeah. Yeah. 2024 is going to be something else. But of course, in 23, we had a lot to deal with overseas, and in particular, the Ukrainian situation, because quite simply, the Ukraine has always been a major player when it comes to our commodities other than South America.
Yeah, we always, wheat and corn is the primary drivers for the Ukraine-Russia conflict for sure. There's continued drone and missiles attacks in the Black Sea, Terry. That's been going on for a couple of years now. It continues to be very risky to ship goods from that area. So to try to get ships to go through that region, is a challenge. And also with, being insured to be able to move products. So, it's not on the front burner as it has been in, some of the early times when that all unfolded. But, it's definitely a major player moving forward in 2024 as well.
Again, a lot of that took the focus away from some of our other competing areas, in particular South America and Australia when it comes to our wheat. Not a lot was said until we moved into fall.
Yeah, that's for sure, Terry. I mean, it's the wheat, even with China coming in and buying U.S. wheat, it's just very abnormal for them to come and buy what they bought. So that created, it gave wheat a little bit of upward momentum. But again, I always say demand will drive this market, whether it be corn, wheat, or beans. But at the end of the day, it is a world market.
Yeah, it is. So right now, by the looks of things, South America, major player. It does appear as though they're getting some rain now. What kind of effect is it having on the market?
Yeah, basically weather forecast in South America, and that's going to be one of the key market drivers as we get into the new year. Is continue to watch South America weather and how that unfolds. Whether it's going to be hot and dry or rain, but now they're looking at rain, good weather, and the markets are kind of down yesterday and again today. Currently, we have cash wheat down 8 at 584 on the white, 499 on the red. New crop down 7 at 636 on the white, 556 on the red. Cash corn down 2 at 382. New crop unchanged at 440. Cash soybeans down 12 at 1201, and new crop for next year down 12, Terry, at 1167.
One of the big stories this past year, was we didn't get the heat units that we normally do over the summer. And it did affect the fall harvest around Michigan, in particular here in the Great Lakes Bay Area.
Yeah, absolutely, Terry. This is one of the latest falls that I can remember in a very, very long time. When you're still harvesting corn in the month of December and some corn still standing out there, it creates a lot of challenges for the growers for sure. So
it was tough. We didn't get the maturity as quick as what we needed. And obviously we didn't get the dry down as a result like we needed. And then we had that not only a little bit cooler weather, but many people put the blame, partially anyway, on all that smoke we got out of Canada.
Yeah, I was thinking it, but I'm glad you said it. But yeah, it definitely played a role. It had to, Terry. It really affected, like you said, a lot of different things that a lot of folks don't realize, and a lot of it is the heat units on that corn crop, and the delay it had, and as the days got shorter, you're right, it didn't dry down. So
Yeah, and as a result, we didn't get the wheat acreage that we needed to get in, quite frankly, because
Right.
we needed to get the crops off before we could put the wheat in.
Yeah, it's a fair amount. I don't know how much. There's some wheat that went in past Halloween date, which you very rarely see. But the wheat that went in late actually looks pretty decent. If you look at those fields that, we had some pretty mild conditions and got some growth on those late planted fields. So a little bit optimistic on those as well. So,
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Happy New Year to
yep.
you, everybody over at Star of the West, Gary. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Terry. You as well.
Thank you. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Over to Doug Klein we go from Oppenheimer. The market report brought to you by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture for well over 125 years, with 13 locations now throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And by Schaefer and Beerline. Yeah, that Ram truck inventory is there, whether it's a heavy-duty 23 or a 24, they've got them. So if you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, now is the time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
What are we looking at now as we wrap things up?
I think they're running out of steam on the stock markets. Didn't get any new highs across the board on that. Not a big deal, though, down about 0.5%. Last trading day of the year. Book your losses, I guess. China's kind of in the same position that we were in a year ago, so that's kind of intriguing to me. Just wondering if they're going to be able to bring their economy back with massive printing of money like we did. I mean, we needed an excuse to do it, and they just do it, so could be. So natural gas is looking intriguing also, setting right around 237, pretty close to a long-term low. So I don't know. Still thinking about how to play these markets next year. Drug stocks are pretty cheap too, like the big guys, Pfizer and Bristol Myers and those guys pay a decent dividend. And also utilities, pretty cheap right now, because they kind of trade like bonds because of their dividends. So those are things that are on my mind for next year. Other than that, a lot of red today, pretty much. Here's your numbers. The March corn is 472.75, down 1.5. July corn 495.5, down 0.5. March soybeans $13.25, down 11.75. July soybeans 13.16, down 10.25. March wheat 623.5, down 8, and July wheat 641.25, down 6.5. Crude oil is 72.02, up 25 cents. Heating oil is 255.61, that's up 1.5 pennies. Gasoline is 213.40, up 3.5 cents. Natural gas 237.25, down 0.5 penny. Currencies: Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3207 Canadian, that's down 22 ticks. The dollar buys 140.88 yen. That's down 51 ticks. Euro's at 110.57, down 2 ticks. The dollar's at 101.21, down 20 ticks. Gold is at $2,070.60, down $10. Silver's 24.13, down 24 cents. And platinum's at $1,006.70, it's down 70 cents.
Happy New Year to you, Doug.
Thanks. Yep, you too. Talk to you Tuesday.
Talk to you Tuesday. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They're ready to take care of whatever you need in 2024. Vic Hupfer, certified crop advisor, and all the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain wish each and every one of you a happy and safe New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. They've been serving you since 1983. Where serving you is their business. Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed headquarters. Who do we have up now, Matthew?
Up next, we have Kim Weiss from Lingle Equipment.
Kim, wrapping things up for the year?
Yes, we are, Terry, and we've made it to the end of 2023. And we don't know yet here what's going to change for 2024. They're looking at some programs that maybe they're going to continue. Maybe they're going to discontinue some, but I've been told so far that 2024 is going to look good just like 2023 did. So I guess I would end the year with saying thank you to everybody that trusted us and believed in us here, and that we'll look forward to working with you in 2024.
Very good.
So,
Are you ready for the
yep,
farm show?
with that, we wish you all a happy
Good,
new year,
good.
and let's go Lions tomorrow night, and more importantly, go Blue on Monday.
On Monday. Kim Weiss, take care. Have a happy new year.
You too.
Thank you. Kim Weiss at Lingo Equipment. Coming up next, Matthew.
Up next, we have Stephanie Zelinkro from AgroLiquid.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
I haven't talked to you for a couple weeks. I figured I'd give you a couple weeks to think of something to say.
Well, things really haven't changed a whole lot since really we talked last time, but we are having a great fall or early winter now that it's officially winter, that there's still time to get out to the fields and get things done if you don't have that wrapped up.
And I know everybody is really looking for some colder temperatures to kind of firm things up just a little bit. We might have to wait a few more days, huh?
Yeah, for sure. You know, the rain that we've gotten the last couple of days makes me feel we're in different parts of the country than Michigan that sees these rainy, cloudy days all day long. But yeah, we do need a little bit of colder temperatures to get that top surface frozen a little bit, that maybe we can get across and finish some tillage or get out and pull some soil tests.
All righty. Stephanie, you take care. Happy New Year to you. We'll talk to you again hopefully next week, all right?
All right, sounds good.
You can be right back.
Are you looking for a new vehicle? Are you seriously thinking it's time to start shopping? I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Ambassador with some interesting information that you should consider. First, for the first time ever, Chevrolet has changed the incentives mid-month. It's never happened before, and they take us through the end of the month. Second, at Cook Chevrolet, you'll find the largest inventory we've had since before COVID, despite what's going on with GM right now, with over 100 vehicles in stock, including scarce ones like Traverses, Blazers, and even Corvettes. And third, listen to these great offers. Equinox leases starting from $278, Silverado leases from $409. So if you're really serious, get out today. That's Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill Ambassador.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates, 2,000 cash or trade down. To find out about all our great incentives, call toll free or visit us online at cookschevysuperstore.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Along with us from Maple Hill Nursery, we've got Chuck Servinski. Chuck, wrapping things up for the new year?
Yeah, definitely. Not much to do outside now other than, maybe some yard cleanup if you didn't get to that. But we are preparing for next year, and patio furniture season will be starting right after the first of the year for us. So lots of new things going on with that.
And the other thing is, too, you guys have been taking delivery on a lot of new product, haven't you?
Yeah, last week it started to trickle in. As we get into the new year, the first 10, 15 days, there'll be a lot of stuff coming in almost every day. So lots of new stuff to showcase. And I think this year, with the way the weather is, we're going to be starting a little earlier than normal.
I agree. I think you're right on there. Chuck Servinski, always great to talk. You take care. You and Michelle and the family have a really happy New Year's weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. All right?
Good. Same to you and Sharon and the rest of the gang.
Thank you. Chuck Servinski, Maple Hill Nursery over in Midland. Lots of activities coming up. We alluded to some of them over the past couple of days or so, but one in particular coming up, the Michigan Agribusiness Association's annual winter conference and trade show. That will be kicking off the 9th of January, the 9th and the 10th. And a number of other educational things going on through Michigan State University, including farm policy, risk management, all of those things that you're probably going to want to go online to MSU Extension and check those out. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton,